What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to talk to you about rockhounding locations in Southern California. It's going to be hard for you to find a spot if you live right here in this gridded area because it's mostly dirt, and then when you go to the beach, most of the beaches are blocked by houses, so you can come out of one spot, but then you gotta walk across the front of a whole bunch of people's houses to get to anything. And even then, most of the beaches are illegal to collect on, so if you want to collect rocks, I'll tell you what rocks are basically on the beach right now. As you go down, there's no rocks until you reach Crystal Cove, and then there's selenite crystals, and you can't collect on that. It's a state park. But they are doing a bunch of construction above that, so somehow they got around that being a habitat or something. So I found selenite crystals in the construction areas above. I don't know that you would ever get to there, or that it would really be worth it, because I just gave all the ones I had away. They're not that big a deal. But if you go in the riverbeds down there, there's huge ones. They're just still not that big a deal. And go farther down and you'll basically reach rocks. Dana Point is going to have all rocks in the water. It's just not sand anymore. So from there down, all the way to, San Diego, it's just rocks. And then it starts picking up into being sand and Encinitas again. And it goes on and off, but be careful about collecting, and collect lightly if you do collect, because it's a little bit different of a thing. Now if you go out to the mountains, it's the same thing. It could be illegal in certain parts of the mountains. You have to know where you're going. And houses don't really block it. They block some of it. But there's really only a couple roads that go up in the mountains anyways. So most people don't have a real reason to be in the mountains or make a road in the mountains, because that's why there's only a few. Don't really bother with the mountains too much. If you're going just shallow in the mountains, don't just go, yeah, I'm gonna go right here. That's where all the gangsters and people that want to mess with you hang out. All those big cults with hundreds of people, watch out for them. They're not your friends. Plastic tubing, that means people are growing marijuana. Don't be walking in people's marijuana growing operation. That's what all kind of flack you're going to see over here. Plus the ranger doesn't really want you to pick up anything, even gold. And yeah, so head upward. There's going to be some regulations that change up here. I don't know exactly. Keep an eye on those. What you need to know is what the Bureau of Land Management lets you go on to. There's public land, and it's defined. It's hard to get them to mail you anything, so just try to look at graphs online that are the most recent. If you're in a club, they'll help you out with that kind of stuff. So you go down, or you go this way. If you start going into the Mojave Desert, you gotta be careful. You can't collect everywhere there either. Yeah, the Bureau of Land Management can tell you where you can collect, and go a little bit farther out than where the weirdos would just barely reach the mountains. I'll tell you that.